My priority is longevity.
And so if your priority is longevity, it's more than just eating healthy and training hard. It's also not abusing PEDs. Sorry, someone has to say it. Coach Greg, and in today's video, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reveals his new diet. But what I found most interesting was what he did not reveal, and that he's lying to himself. And at this point, I think The Rock has convinced himself that the use of performance-enhancing drugs, that it's not dangerous, that it does not affect your health in a negative capacity. And so before getting into his diet, I want to start off with this question, as I thought this question, it made the video. And the question asked, of which The Rock was very quick to answer: what is your priority? Being fit for the job or being fit for longevity? And remember, The Rock is over 50 years of age and most certainly using performance-enhancing drugs to achieve the physique he had. After all, he looks bigger, leaner, in the best shape of his entire life into his 50s.
So this is a great question. Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, being fit for longevity is my priority. And again, it started way back when I was a little boy.
And so is that really true, Rock? You're getting in the shape of your life. You're not doing so 100% natural. You're training harder than last time, getting bigger, leaner, dieting, all for a movie role. Black Adam was your #1 opening blockbuster of all time. You wanted to demonstrate a physique that everyone would be in shock to see. Take off the Black Adam costume and reveal a physique that's just simply superhuman. And to do that, you have to take risks. Using performance-enhancing drugs to attain an incredible physique such as this well into your 50s, it's not healthy. And so if you state that longevity is more important than looking great for a movie role, well, how is that possible? If it was, you'd be saying, hey, I'm not going to resort to taking anything. I value my health above all more than anything. I refuse to take the things I would need to take to get in the shape of my life in my 50s.
So I asked him to remove the muscle padding, and I really wanted to work hard. I wanted to get in the best shape of my career.
And listen, The Rock's a grown man. He's in his 50s. And if he chooses to look the best he ever did, to take whatever he wants, it's his life, it's his decision. But to stand there, answer a question, convincingly stating, no, I value my health long-term above and beyond looking a certain way for a movie role. How is that possible? Rock, you're lying to yourself. It's one thing to lie to all of us, say that you're natural, that you do this without PEDs. But to lie to yourself, why would you do that? And so The Rock, he needs a wake-up call. You can't continue to take PEDs to look this way and not think it's going to negatively impact the longevity, as in your lifespan here on this earth. It will eventually catch up to you one day. Look at almost all IFBB pro bodybuilders. Eventually, what they're doing, it has to stop. They lower their doses, they downsize, and so there comes a time when you can't continue to do what you're doing.
My dad used to take me to the gym at 5 years old.
And so he says, well, this mentality, it began as a little boy. My father introduced me to the weights and eating healthy. Well, that may be true, but you did in fact admit at one point in your teenage years that you did use PEDs. You said it was only that one time, and well, you can believe that if you want, but I personally don't. We've seen the gynecomastia you've had in the past. We've seen that you were most likely abusing, not just using, abusing performance-enhancing drugs. And so if you've always had the mentality of, I'm living for longevity, then why would you take performance-enhancing drugs? At least I'll admit it, using PEDs is not healthy. It's probably gonna shorten my life. I accept that. And so why would you lie to yourself? And in lying to yourself, you're doing a disservice to the community. The people watching this are thinking, well, The Rock can look like this, he can take these things, and he's valuing his longevity, and so maybe I can do the same thing. And so as long as I wake up at 4 in the morning and I'm the hardest worker in the room and I eat 6 times a day, well, I'll live a long time. Not true. You can't abuse PEDs and say you value your health.
My priority is longevity.
And so if your priority is longevity, it's more than just eating healthy and training hard. It's also not abusing PEDs. Sorry, someone has to say it. And so those of you out there taking performance-enhancing drugs, don't think, oh, I'm doing this for my health. No, you're not. And there's a big difference between taking HRT and just taking whatever you want to look incredible.
I am a real creature of habit when it comes to my diet. I usually eat the same thing every day.
And so The Rock says he eats the same thing for days, weeks, and months. But we've all seen his epic cheat meals. And so what does that tell me? It tells me he's sick of his diet and that he can't wait to have a cheat. If you do something too perfectly for too long, your willpower is going to run. And when that runs out, you go off the diet. And so we've all seen what The Rock eats in a cheat. And the reason for that is because he's being overly restricted on the other days. And so my opinion, have balance all the time. Rather than thinking, oh, I can have a cheat weekend, a cheat day on Saturday, think, I can eat what I want every single day. I'm going to do so by having balance, not eliminating anything, but having some self-control. And if you get my freaking cookbook, you'll be able to do this with ease.
I have found over the years that the best strategies are often the ones that you never feel like you're hungry.
And so The Rock's strategy that he's learned over the years, he's found these 50s. What is the secret? To eat so you're not hungry. Been saying this for years. The number one reason diets fail, because you're hungry. But not with this book. What I've done is taken your favorite meals, lowered the calorie content, increased protein and fiber, and so that you're no longer eating a schmuck serving. These are recipes for the big eaters. And so when you eat this, you're full, you're not hungry, very easy to stick to your diet. And you don't just have a cheat meal on the weekend. Every day feels like a cheat. Get the freaking cookbook. The Rock has an epic cheat once a week. But listen to him. He's eating the same thing day in, day out. It's monotonous, boring. He was taught by his father, a professional wrestler, had a bodybuilder's body. Eat this, do that, be perfect all the time. And so what do you think is easier? To be perfect all the time and have a cheat on the weekend? Or be able to eat what you want every single day? And so listen, we don't need to go over what The Rock eats. He eats 6 meals a day and it's all healthy. Fruits, vegetables, proteins, fish, salmon. He eats what everyone thinks he's eating. But it's monotonous, boring. He has it every single day, the same meal, and eventually he has to have a cheat every single weekend. It works for him, but imagine his discipline. The guy is, in fact, the hardest worker in the room. He's up at 4 a.m, training in the dark. He's eating lunch at 10. Think of it. Breakfast, lunch. He's already eaten lunch by 10 a.m. And so if you think you can do The Rock's diet, well, by all means, get up at 4, train, follow his approach. Or if you want balance, get my friggin' cookbook, sleep until the sun comes up, train when you want, have a balanced diet, and every day will feel like a cheat. You won't be hungry, you won't be starving, won't need to cheat, and so you'll have balance. Just like I've developed, I'm 47 years of age, been doing this my entire life. And listen, it's gotten easier, not harder. You're thinking, yeah, but you're on HRT. Yeah, but for 10 years, I was blasting tons of PEDs, tons of them. And so why is it easier now at 47 to be lean, feel healthy, and be in shape than it was when I was blasting steroids? Well, because I'm eating healthy, I'm doing cardio, and I have balance. I've cut out all the performance-enhancing drugs. I'm only on HRT, and one of my favorite supplements that I'm taking right now, GO2 Max. This helps with cardio, helps with recovery and stamina, both on the bike, doing cardio, or in the gym lifting weights. I can go from one machine to the next with less fatigue. I'm feeling recovered. And when I'm doing cardio, I can go at a higher pace for longer. It just doesn't feel as hard. GO2 Max, the main ingredient, NMN, very similar to the results of Cardarine. That's GW501516. And remember, Cardarine is a banned performance-enhancing drugs banned by WADA. It's not banned. And as of right now, you can still get it. And so please visit HCLT Subs or click the link in the description and use code Greg to get 10% off. And so, of course, we all love The Rock, and so it's hard to hear anything negative about him. But listen, he's not sharing his use of PEDs, and not that he has to, but is he really being healthy? Does he really value his longevity more so than the way he looks in a movie? I disagree. Let me know in the comments section. Do you agree with The Rock? Is he going to live to be an old man? Or is he in fact abusing PEDs, which will shorten his life? Do me a favor, like the video right now if you liked it. Do it now. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm. Please watch one of the 2 loops. Check me out on Instagram, Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro, posting tons of content there. And until next time, I am out.